All right, so y'all, this is a question out of 3.3. This is number 3. And it says, factor f of x into linear factors given that k is a 0 of f of x. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to use synthetic division. I'm going to write this part here using the coefficients that we have. So we have a 3 for our x to the third, a negative 4 for our x squared, a minus 17 for our x, and a 6 for our constant term. And they're telling us that k is equal to 3. So remember, when it's in that form, k equals or x equals, the sign has already been changed for me. I don't need to worry about changing my sign. So step number 1, we're going to drop down the first number and we're going to multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. We're going to add together. That's going to give me 5. 3 times 5 is 15. We're going to add those together. That's going to leave me with a minus 2. And 3 times negative 2 is a negative 6. We're going to get a 0, which is what we're supposed to get because they told us that this was a 0 of the function, and the last number is always my remainder, right? So the remainder is 0, then it is a 0 of the function. Okay, now, next thing we're going to do, remember, this is the number in front of my x squared, that's the number in front of my x, and this is what we call our constant term because it doesn't have an x there. So I'm going to rewrite that polynomial out, okay? So I'm going to write it as 3x squared, and I think it was a positive 5x and a minus 2. A plus 5x and a minus 2. What I want to do here, y'all, I want to factor this. So look, we're going to multiply the first number times the last number. So 3 times negative 2 is a negative 6. And I'm going to look for two numbers that multiply to negative 6, but when we add them together, we get a positive 5. So we can go 1 and 6, but if we make that a negative 1, when we multiply, there's our negative 6, and when we add these together, there's my positive 5. So let's write it like this, 3x squared. Then I'm going to use a negative 1x and a plus 6x, and then here's my minus 2. So all we really did, y'all, is we rewrote that 5x as a minus 1x and a plus 6x using those numbers right there. Okay, next step is in the grouping, box the first two. What can I factor out of here? We can factor out an x. We're left with a 3x minus 1. And then over here, we can factor out the number 2, and we're also left with a 3x minus 1. And if we did this right, those pieces match up, which it looks like they do. 3x minus 1, x plus 2, and then the other part we had was from when we started off here. Remember how in the original problem they told me k was equal to 3? We can think of that as that's the same thing as saying x is equal to 3. And if x is equal to 3, when I bring that 3 back, that's going to give me a factor of an x minus 3, and that's my third factor. So my f of x is equal to this part here, and that's how it is in the factored form. So 3x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 3. So look, I come back here, and I'm going to put parentheses. Where's my parentheses? Oh, why don't I see my parentheses? They're usually somewhere right around here. Let me go like that. Here we go. And we had 3x minus 1, so 3x minus 1. Close off my parentheses, open them up again. We had, I'm going to come back at it, x plus 2 and x minus 3. Okay. So x plus 2. Close my parentheses, open them up again, and x minus 3, close those parentheses, chickadee check our answer, and we got it done. Okay, if y'all got